Hello everybody, it is time to draw some harvest corn. This is corn that grows in multicolors. You can see from the kernels that there are rainbow assortments of colors found on the cobs of these corns. And you can even find colors up in the husk. Do you see this beautiful purple stripage? Isn't that amazing? So what we're gonna do today is we're gonna be inspired by the season and the fall and draw a picture of harvest corn with our pencils and eraser. You are going to find a piece of your white tag board in your art bag, and we are going to draw right on top of that. Are you ready to get started? Let's begin. So what we want to do is we are going to start at the top of our picture. And I'm gonna be using a Sharpie marker so that you can see things better as I draw them. Are you ready? All right, you're gonna find the middle of your paper and you're gonna go up just a little bit from there and you're gonna put a dot. And I said you're gonna start at the top of your paper, so why don't you go up here now to the top, way above the dot, and put a little dot up there as well. That is going to be the top center corn husk that you're gonna make. Let's make it now. Are you ready? Think of it like a big feather or a big leaf. It's going to start right here at a point. It comes out, and then it comes down to that dot. You'll see I didn't draw a perfectly round side. I know that corn husks are all different shapes. So as I go up the other side, it doesn't bother me if it is a little bit bumpy and wiggly, just like regular real corn husks. Now I'm going to take this idea, I'm going to draw one out this way and one out this way. And I'm going to do that by giving myself a place to aim for. So a little bit down from the corner, I'm going to draw a dot there. That tells me what I'm aiming for. And I'm going to start here at the bottom again. Draw out, go up to my dot. And as I come back, I'm going to end up running into the side of the first one I drew. That's correct. You want that. All right, remember where that dot is? I'm just gonna use my finger to very roughly go across the paper and kind of guess across the paper where that other dot should go to sort of equal that, because this is, again, very organic. It does not matter that it is perfect or not perfect. We don't care. Okay, there's one side. I like to make them nice and thick because later we're going to be painting this in. I want to give myself something thick enough to paint in. Okay, let's make another one. Think of between here and here. Where would the halfway point be? I'm going to put a dot there. And I'm going to draw from that dot and put a husk in between, like that. Let's do the same thing on the other side. Halfway between here and here. So I can say that my corn husk is done now. If you want, you can put in a few more points in the in-between, or you can leave it alone like this. But I'm going to scooch my paper, and we are now going to draw the actual kernels of corn down here. So the idea is to make our kernels of corn just like we see in real life, in a line like this. But can you see that they're not perfect, and sometimes there's funny little groupings? So do not feel like you have to make it perfect. You absolutely don't. Let me show you a great way to do this. Now here's my advice. Make these big. Start with your first one about the size of your thumb. You want it to be kind of like a marshmallowy shaped rectangle, like this. And you see how big that is? It's pretty big, right? It's about the size of my grown-up thumb that could fit right inside there. So I'm gonna draw another one right below it with curved corners about the same size. I would not make this bigger. I would make these as I go down just a little bit smaller than the one before, but not by too much. It's kind of hard to shrink them as you go. So if you just want to keep drawing them about the same size all the way down, go right ahead, but keep them big. Bigger is easier because it's easier to paint in later. And when you trace this with black marker later, if you have made 500,000 little squares, it's a lot to trace. But if you make a bunch of big ones, it's a lot faster to trace. Okay, so how far down do we go? I'm going to go all the way down with this middle one to almost the bottom, but not off the paper. So I have one big long one right there. Kind of looks like a big caterpillar. Now I'm going to put one row on this side and one row on this side. So let's continue. Okay, everyone, you can see that I did not go all the way down to the end right here, and that is because I wanted to give the idea that this is curved so you don't see as much right here in the front, just like right here. If that bothers you, you could always put in a little half kernel like that. There you go. And you can also fill in the top and finish this up by putting some up here to make it look like there are some behind the husks as well. So, nice work. Take a look at it. If you're happy with it, then great. I will see you next time.